This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Barbara Wedge, Richmond, Virginia. Introduction from Mother Goose in Prose by L. Frank Baum. None of us, whether children or adults, needs an introduction to Mother Goose. Those things which are earliest impressed upon our minds cling to them most tenaciously. The snatches sung in the nursery are never forgotten, nor are they ever recalled without bringing back with them myriads of slumbering feelings and half-forgotten images. We hear the sweet, low voice of the mother, singing soft lullabies to her darling, and see the kindly, wrinkled face of the grandmother as she croons the old ditties to quiet our restless spirits. One generation is linked to another by the everlasting spirit of song. The ballads of the nursery follow us from childhood to old age, and they are readily brought from memory's recesses at any time to amuse our children or our grandchildren. The collection of jingles we know and love as the melodies of Mother Goose are evidently drawn from a variety of sources. While they are, taken all together, a happy union of rhyme, wit, pathos, satire, and sentiment, the research after the author of each individual verse would indeed be hopeless. It would be folly to suppose them all the composition of uneducated old nurses, for many of them contain much reflection, wit, and melody. It is said that Shelley wrote Pussycat Mew, and Dean Swift Little Bo Peep, and these assertions are as difficult to disprove as to prove. Some of the older verses, however, are doubtless offshoots from ancient folklore songs, and have descended to us through many centuries. The connection of Mother Goose with the rhymes which bear her name is difficult to determine, and, in fact, 3 countries claim her for their own: France, England, and America. About the year 1650, there appeared in circulation in London a small book named Rhymes of the Nursery, or Lullabies for Children, which contained many of the identical pieces that have been handed down to us, but the name of Mother Goose was evidently not then known. In this edition were the rhymes of Little Jack Homer, Old King Cole, Mistress Mary, Sing a Song a Sixpence, and Little Boy Blue. In 1697, Charles Perrault published in France a book of children's tales entitled Contes de la Mere, and this is really the first time we find authentic record of the use of the name of Mother Goose, although Perrault's tales differ materially from those we now know under this title. They comprised The Sleeping Beauty, The Fairy, Little Red Riding Hood, Bluebeard, Puss in Boots, Riquet with the Tuft, Cinderella, and Little Thumb, 8 stories in all. On the cover of the book was depicted an old lady holding in her hand a distaff, and surrounded by a group of children listening eagerly. Mr. Andrew Lang has edited a beautiful English edition of this work, Oxford, 1888. America bases her claim to Mother Goose upon the following statement, made by the late John Fleet Eliot, a descendant of Thomas Fleet, the printer. At the beginning of the 18th century, there lived in Boston a lady named Eliza Goose, written also Vergoose and Vertigoose, who belonged to a wealthy family. Her eldest daughter, Elizabeth Goose, or Vertigoose, was married by Reverend Cotton Mather in 1715 to an enterprising and industrious printer named Thomas Fleet, and in due time gave birth to a son. Like most mothers-in-law in our day, the importance of Mrs. Goose increased with the appearance of her grandchild, and poor Mr. Fleet, half distracted with her endless nursery ditties, finding all other means fail, tried what ridicule could effect, and actually printed a book under the title Songs of the Nursery, or Mother Goose's Melodies for Children. On the title page was the picture of a goose with a very long neck and a mouth wide open, and below this, printed by T. Fleet at his printing house in Pudding Lane, 1719. Price, 2 coppers. Mr. William A. Wheeler, the editor of Hurd and Houghton's elaborate edition of Mother Goose, 1870, reiterated this assertion, and the writer in the Boston Transcript of June 17, 1864, says, Fleet's book was partly a reprint of an English collection of songs, Barclay's, and the new title was doubtless
Sample complete. Ready to continue?